Hey,
Taylor, hi, I'm Woody.
hey, Woody, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing all right. I'm trying to figure out this tech, this new way of doing things.
Is Instagram Live new to you too?
Very new to me. Yes.
This is my third, maybe second attempt at Instagram Live.
This is my
Uh,
third.
is your
I did it
third?
once
Okay.
with my friend to try to figure it out, and then one other interview, and you're my third.
We are about the same level of expertise, and that makes me a little more comfortable.
Uh, we're both, yeah, we don't know what we're doing. It's all good.
I talked to Rivers Cuomo last week, and he made me feel like kind of an idiot. He seemed like he was doing a little more on online than I was, and I felt like a dummy. So this is cool. This is nice. Congratulations on Death by Rock and Roll. That's a really kick-ass song.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited it's out, and the reception has been kind of incredible. So you never know what to expect when you release a song, and you certainly don't know what to expect during, the situation we're in now. So it's been pretty overwhelming, the response, honestly.
The tone of the song is triumphant. I mean, it's got a real swagger, like a rock bravado to it, but the genesis of the song and of the album, it sounds like, it's pretty tragic. Could you talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, Death by Rock and Roll, the song was it's kind of a battle cry to rock and roll. It's, kind of the anthem of rock and roll. To me, is freedom. So it's the anthem of don't tell me how to live. I'm going to live my life my own way. I'm going to go out my own way, rock and roll till I die. I mean, that's kind of the point of that. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the record, it delves into, we had a very hard few past years. And the record really kind of delves into that, and was kind of the catharsis and help in the sense of me getting out of this kind of depression that I went into. I don't want to get too heavy here, but Death by Rock and Roll is just the start. It's just the very tip of the iceberg.
In what way?
Well, it's the first song on the record. It's the first thing you've heard, but it's the tip of the iceberg in the sense it's just the start of the record. So it takes off from there.
You guys are set for an August drop. Is that still the plan?
I don't know. I keep hearing different dates, and I'm not really sure where they're
Really?
coming from.
Yeah.
We don't have a release date yet, officially, just because everything's still up in the air with these very unprecedented times. But there is going to be lots more music coming out, more singles, more visuals. We're trying to figure out that aspect of things right now. So just stay tuned.
Um, about 10 days ago, Matt Cameron posted your tribute to Chris Cornell, which was beautiful.
Oh,
Did
thank
did
you.
he approach you for that, or how? Can you tell me how that came about?
Yeah, he did. He called up and said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing a tribute for Chris?" And I obviously said absolutely, and we decided on Halfway There, and that was our first quarantine video together, and obviously very emotional, but I think we're both pretty happy with how it turned out.
I can hear little, uh, just glimpses, like little inflections in your voice, even in Death by Rock and Roll, that sound very Soundgarden, that sound very Chris. Am I hearing that right? Is that intentional?
Well, I mean, I'm not one to say anything, but he's certainly an idol of mine, if that makes any sense. He's certainly someone that I've looked up to and tried to emulate in some way. I mean, he was such an amazing vocalist that, unparalleled. So I've certainly learned a lot from listening to Soundgarden records.
The like transition from fan to collaborator has got to be a pretty wild one.
It's
Can you talk about that a little bit?
it's very surreal. Very surreal. Also very, very cool. I mean, I love those guys. Like, I've loved them since before I knew them, and I love them as people now that I know them quite well. We actually collaborated on the forthcoming album. Matt and Kim are on a song called "Only Love Can Save Me Now," which is I'm really excited for people to hear that one. I'm excited for them to hear all of it, but that one in particular. We flew to Seattle. We did it in Seattle. We did it at London Bridge Studios, where they did like, you know, Pearl Jam's 10 and Louder Than Love by Soundgarden. So just to walk into a studio with that much history and then be there with the guys who made those records that created that history was surreal to say the least, and just so exciting and so cool. And I'm really proud of how it turned out.
And you collaborated with Tom Morello as well, right?
We did. Yep, he's featured on a song called "And So It Went." So I feel I'm talking about stuff that's not out yet. I just want people to hear it, because it's hard to talk about music before people have heard the music. I think it's hard to talk about music in general anyway, but certainly without some sort of reference, it's a little difficult.
Sure.
But
Sure.
I'll tell you this though, he comes in slamming, and it's everything you want him to be.
He seems like the type of person who is just constantly thinking and creating and bouncing and moving. I mean,
He
that has
is.
to be pretty wild.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's got such a unique energy. I mean, they all do. Everyone has such a distinct personality. Like when Tom Morello comes in, you know that's Tom Morello. When Kim Thale comes in, you know that's Kim Thale. When Matt's playing, that's Matt. Like you know, it's such a unique, succinct identity in their playing that just comes crashing in, and it's amazing.
You've been doing this more than a decade now. Did you feel like you were able to slip into your comfort zone pretty quickly
In what sense?
in collaborating with icons?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because it all stems from the music. So it's like I had the song, you know, with Only Love Can Save Me Now. I had the song, and I sent it to Matt and Kim, and I was like, guys, this is begging for you to play on it. Like, are you in? And they're like, yeah, love it. Let's do it. And so that's, to me, collaborations, they have to be natural. Like any sort of forced collaboration, which I feel like that happens a lot now. There's, you know, featuring. Like, how many features can you see? But that's never really the case with what I'm doing. At least it's always it comes from a really natural and organic place of just
So
how can we make this song the best it could be? What's it missing? Oh, it's missing Kim and Matt, or it's missing Tom. Like there you go.
probably a little easier to like reference those people when you've played shows with them though, right? Like
Well,
or does it
yeah,
come from a place like a fan where you're like, man, wouldn't that be amazing?
it comes from both. It comes from the, you know, first being a fan, and then secondly being friends. So it's a very organic merging.
Do you do you think now that in the middle of this pandemic, I mean, we're in this unprecedented time, like you said, that there's going to be some changes in the way you move forward with your music? Like, has anything changed for you in this time that I mean, we've all had the opportunity to be at home, be reflect. I mean, I'm working in my backyard. You know,
I
we're
can hear
all,
the birds.
yeah, life is different now. So how
Yes.
is that touching you? Like, how is that touching your art?
Um, well, I mean, I kind of was self-quarantined for the past 3 years. I mean, making this album and stuff. I'm a very private person. I'm very isolated. I'm very much a homebody. So the effect of quarantine hasn't been probably as drastic on me as maybe some other people in that sense. But I'm I'm dying to go on the road and play. Like it's very weird releasing music and not being able to complete the circle and play it live. It's very bizarre. So we're itching to get back out on the road. You know, obviously who knows when that's going to be. Fingers crossed this clears up soon, but we're just kind of riding the storm out and waiting for it to pass. And right now it's just doing a lot of press from home and trying to navigate that side of things, the tech and this.
Yeah,
If I
Instagram
delve
Live. Yeah.
into, well, if I delve into writing again, then that's a whole other mindset. Then that's a whole other can of worms that opens up. So I'm actually trying to refrain from switching modes into that side of things.
Really?
A little bit. I mean, I'm always writing, but if you once I fully commit to it, then all bets are off. And it's like then I'm already on to the next record, and people haven't even heard this one yet. So
Yeah, yeah, I can appreciate that. But the idea that you might be like suppressing the wave of creativity a little bit seems unheard of. I don't know that I'm touching you right. Yeah.
Suppressing is the wrong word. I mean, pretty much all I do is play guitar all day long. So music runs my life. So that's how I get through everything. Is I play guitar. I'm trying to work out you know, motivation's dwindling, but I'm working on it. You know, just kind of trying to keep sane, and music really is the thing that does that for me. So I'm just trying to take it day by day.
Right on. Right on. Okay, well, I want to hit you with a couple of quarantine questions then, since you've been at home for a little while and not suppressing, but not going full on into
Full on.
creative. Yeah. Uh, so like, what are you binge watching? What are you doing to what are you soaking in entertainment media wise?
I've been binge watching Ozark, which I love. I think it's
Yeah.
fantastic. I'm on season
Who's your
3
favorite
right
character? Who's your favorite character?
now. Oh, that's tough. I kind of love Ruth. I think
Yes.
she's so badass. I mean, some of her one-liners, it's just like they're they're awesome. I mean, they're all great. I love Marty. I love Jason Bateman. I've always loved Jason Bateman, but Ozark's really I love Jason Bateman. Um, I don't know. I think they're all so cool. I think that's just a really well-written show, really well acted.
Did you finish it yet? Did you finish season 3?
I'm almost done with season 3.
Okay, I'm
So
not gonna say anything.
there better be a season 4.
I haven't heard. I haven't heard whether or not they've been picked up
Yeah,
for.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure there will be. They
I hope
certainly.
so.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything. We're getting dangerously close to me spoiling the end of the season for you.
But
Okay.
don't do that.
What is something other than music that you could talk about all day?
Hmm. That's a good question. All day long, I don't know. I mean, I guess I watch a lot of TV and movies, but not really in depth. I just kind of have TV on in the background all the time. Music is pretty much my whole existence. I know that sounds cliche or stupid, but it really is. I mean, I love. I paint. I sculpt. I do kind of the homebody stuff. Cook. I attempt to cook. I'm a terrible cook. Um, as far as like talking, I don't know. Our whole band and like everyone, all my friends and stuff, we're just giant jokesters. Not practical jokesters, but like no physical jokes. But it's just kind of a barrage of just what can make us laugh today, and no holds bar. You know,
Are
nothing's
you
too
guys?
far. There's
Are
no
you guys?
line.
Are you with each other? Are you quarantining
No.
together? Are you? No. So you.
No, we are not, but we're all in the same area. So once there's some tests and stuff, we can maybe get back into a rehearsal space and start playing, because I know that's what we're all dying for.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. There's. If I'm. I know more than anything when live music returns, it's going to like every show is going to feel like a victory.
Exactly.
But how it's
Well, I
going to
keep saying
return. Go ahead, please.
oh no, you go ahead. Sorry, I keep saying that I'm trying to stay positive about everything, and so I keep saying that live music, it's like tantric right now. Like everyone wants it so bad. I want to play the show so bad. People want to go to the show so bad that by the
Yeah.
time it actually comes back, it's just going to explode.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
my little stupid metaphor.
I think you're absolutely right, and I think that's really special, and I'm absolutely looking forward to it. You know, I think that's a great way for us to wrap up. Except for I do want to ask one more thing, other than, or maybe if the answer is live music, you can roll with it. But what is that thing that you're looking forward to most when you got the green light and you're back out in the world?
It is. It's live music. It's getting to complete the circle of this record that really took all we had. I mean, making this album was not easy. We poured our hearts and souls into it, and it in that way it really feels like a rebirth for the band. Like it almost feels like our first record again. In that way, it's, you know, Pretty Reckless 2.0 or whatever you want to call it. So it's so completing that circle will be very fulfilling. So that's certainly what we're looking forward to.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing the rest of the album. Congratulations on Death by Rock and Roll. It's a really fun song to play. I know our listeners here at 93X, everybody loves hearing it. So we can't
Thank
wait for the rest of it. And
Well,
congratulations.
thank you so much for the support. Because seriously, like sorry, I love rock radio, and it's so cool to be on it again and be back. It just feels great. So thank
Well,
you
we
so much
fucking
again.
appreciate it.
All right, this
Have a
isn't
good one,
live on
Taylor.
radio. This is online.
Yeah, right. That's right. All right, thanks a lot. Have
Awesome.
a nice day.
Thanks, you too. Stay safe, man. Rock and roll.
Appreciate it. Later.